At TSDSU, we have a variety of sexual health aids available to you. We have a lot of accessible information about your sexual health, and we have a confidential listening service for you to talk to if you have any issues. Alongside the union, there is also the sexual health clinic that runs in Lampeter Surgery every Monday, and the university itself also has a counselling service that you can go to in times of need.
What's up, guys of TSD? While we were going through the sexual health survey that you guys filled in anonymously for us, we discovered that over 70% of you have had unprotected sex. Now, while sex may be fun, STIs are not. And remember, some STIs have irreversible symptoms, so be safe at all times. And if you have any concerns regarding sexual health matters, you can feel free to speak to either myself as men's officer or any other of the part-time officers, the welfare officer, the nighttime service, and the sexual health clinic in town, about which you will receive more information later on in this video. Stay safe, guys.
According to the Sexual Health Survey, only 1 in 5 students at TSDSU know what a dental dam is. A dental dam is a form of sexual health protection, which prevents you from getting STIs when performing oral sex on an anus or vagina. Another thing it's important to remember is that it's illegal for your doctor or health practitioner to discriminate against you based on your sexual orientation or gender identity, so don't be afraid to see them about your sexual health issues. Contrary to popular belief, it's still possible to contract STIs from lesbian sex, so be careful no matter who you're with.
65% of the female respondents to the sexual health survey said that they have had unprotected sex. While the pill is a great form of contraception, it's important to remember that it doesn't protect you against STIs.
A lot of the suggestions we received in the sexual health survey were about free access to condoms. At the nighttime service, we give out free condoms to anyone who comes up to use the service, which runs between 11 PM and 3 AM every night upstairs in the Students' Union. However, we are not the only way to access condoms. The welfare officer also gives out condoms during the day. We also provide pregnancy tests and confidential chats and support to students.
Over half the respondents have never had an STI test. To help students feel more comfortable with STI testing and how the procedures work, Flora and I are going to go down to the clinic and get checked out ourselves to show you all there's nothing to worry about.
Okay, hi, so I'm Fiona. I'm the nurse practitioner who specialises in sexual health here at the surgery at Lampeter. I run this clinic here every Monday afternoon, and I gather that you guys have come along to talk to me to find out a bit more about what we do. Yeah, please? Okay, so it's Flora and Grant, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, well, what's the procedures like?
Right, what do we do at clinic and what do we offer for you? Okay, so it's a combined clinic. We do a bit of everything. We do sexual health stuff and we do contraception stuff, so it's everything, all your needs met in the one-stop shop sort of idea, so that you can come along to the surgery. And we can put it on your notes, which is completely normal because sexual health stuff is all part of normal life, really. Or what we can do as well, if you wish it to be, is to be anonymous. So that means I'll give you a number and your date of birth, and then it would never be on the computer. So that's a confidential facility that we have, just the same as if you were going to the hospital. Does that make sense? Okay. So seeing as your patient's here and it looks as if, you know, that you could choose between those ways of doing it. If you want it on your notes, that's the norm, that's fine. If you don't, that's up to you. Okay. So what we do when people come along is we say, you know, what's brought you along. Somebody might come along, oh my God, I've got warts, or somebody might come along and go, I've got a discharge, I don't know what it's about. Somebody might come along because it's they're just getting in a new relationship. And that is, to be quite honest, one of the most usual things. Sometimes it's, I've got a discharge, or I've had some dodgy sex, I don't know whether we used a condom even, because I was drunk or whatever. And then we're here to provide the screening and then the advice. And the screening, yeah? So the screening's about swabs and tests, yeah, and looking. So if there's something to see, we look. But for most guys, to be quite honest, if there's nothing that we need to look at, like lumps and warts and bumps, we don't need to look. You just have a wee test, and it's really, really easy. You have to have not weed for an hour before, and then you have a wee test done, and we can just send that off to the lab. And that tests for chlamydia and for gonorrhea, okay? And then you might choose to have a blood test for HIV, syphilis, those kind of things. Okay, which isn't much fun, but it doesn't last long. So those are the tests for blokes. For women, it's a bit different. It's a bit more kind of intimate. We have to go and do a speculum exam with, just like if you're going to have your smear. Okay. And we use swabs. And swabs are just like cotton buds on sticks, yeah? With longer handles, because they've got to get a bit further in, okay? But the speculum's plastic, disposable. Have you seen one?
Yeah, I've seen one before.
Okay. So they're plastic, they're throwaway, single use. We just use one per woman, and then the swabs. And we get you in a position that's, you know, as comfy as possible, and we just do the swabs for chlamydia and gonorrhea again, same as the guys with the wee test. And then blood tests the same as well. Okay?
And then how are the results of those sent back to the patient?
How do they get back to you guys? Well, what happens is that I get all the results back, and I tend to get all the results for one person as one result. So I won't give you this one, then this one, then this one, because that's just far too confusing. And you going, I'm clear of that, what have I got? I don't understand. So I'll tell you, and we'll check I've got your mobile number. And then this is the GUM mobile for the clinic. And I will just text you from that. If it's a straightforward text that says results back at Sexual Health Clinic, all okay, that's all of them, all 4 tests, okay? If there's something that needs sorting, I won't just leave a text. I'll just leave a voicemail or talk to you, or if that's okay. Yeah. If you don't want a message that says it's Sexual Health Clinic, there's another template we can just use that just makes it more kind of, it's Fiona telling you it's okay, or something like that, yeah? So we can make it as comfortable. Did you know there was a text service?
No, I didn't know.
No.
There was a text for it. That's a much better way potentially a better way of doing it.
More
I think.
Quick, speedy.
It is speedy.
So what you know, we know quite promptly.
Yeah, and if anything's positive, because okay, I run the clinic every Monday afternoon, but if anything's positive, Grant, then I just get the results to you straight away, by text or by phone or by talking or whatever, and then you know, come and see me, get a prescription, this is what to do. And then if one of you has something and you were in a relationship, you'd have to talk to each other. Or if you couldn't handle doing that, I'd do it. It's called contact tracing, and that's part of the job, that we want to stop the spread of disease. So if somebody's got something and they're embarrassed and it's an ex and a tricky situation, and they want to make sure that that disease or whatever is stopped in its tracks, I can do that by contacting the other person again anonymously. We wouldn't say.
And how long does it take normally for the results to come back, or does that vary?
2 weeks is the norm. Okay, that's for all 4 of them to come back together.
Okay, cool.
But if there's something to sort out and it needs sorting out, we tend to do it early.
What if something were to come back positive? What support is there in place? What happens?
We talk and we give you written information, and
sort of abandoned with a text somewhere.
We'd never text somebody with bad news. Okay. We just talk about bad news, and that puts it in the context of what you're going to do about it. How does this affect my fertility? You know, people worry about all sorts of stuff. So we've got condoms here available, and you don't have to come to clinic to get them. They're through the practice nurse or whatever. And we were talking about having some ones that are for people with allergies, who are properly latex allergic and get anaphylactic reaction, not just because you fancy them, because you've heard they feel better, but if somebody needs latex-free ones, we've got them too. What else was I going to say about condoms? Oh, that you guys have got them in the Students' Union. Yeah. And there's a really good accessible service over in the Union. And people can buy them, hey ho.